In our current era of competitive gaming, having good aim is one of the most important aspects to be considered a good player. In my opinion, if you train using Kovaaks for about 20 minutes a day, you can have godly aim in no time. Hi, I'm Jace, and here's how insane my aim became after just 2 weeks of using Kovaaks. First off, I want you to understand something. There are 3 different types of ways to aim. 1, wrist aiming, where you use your wrist to aim with a fast sensitivity, which is good for small amounts of desk space. 2, arm aiming, where you use your entire arm to aim, which is good for large amounts of desk space. And 3, hybrid aiming, where you use a mix of both, which is good for a large amount of desk space as well. It's important to note these 3 types of aiming abilities because some of you watching this video might be struggling to improve, and adjusting to a different aiming type might be a good idea for you. Many CSGO professionals use arm aiming, for example, as a preferred choice, but it might be better for you to use your wrist instead. I personally use wrist aiming. I play on 800 DPI, and for most games I'll go for a bit faster sensitivity. In Valorant, for example, I use 0.34 in-game sensitivity. Not overly fast, but not too slow either. In saying that, please make sure to stretch. I stretch every day before and after playing, and it will help to prevent strain in your wrist and arms, and that pain is no joke, people. So, what courses did I use to improve my aim? Well, I had to think about what aspects of my aim that I needed to improve first. For games I play the most, like Modern Warfare, Fortnite, and Valorant, I felt like I needed to improve my tracking. Tracking is your ability to keep your crosshair on the enemy player when they're moving around. When people are strafing left and right, you need to be very precise in your micro adjustments, so that was my top priority. The course that I found best for this was CATA IC Long Strafes. I practiced this course for around 5 to 7 minutes a day. Much like every course in Kovaaks, it's pretty straightforward. The pill spawns in and you track it using your mouse while shooting. At first, I found this very awkward. The pill moves fast and changes directions at awkward times. But this is very good training because it mimics the way players can act in games. They will be random in their movements and not always following a pattern. I found this course to be an excellent way to train my tracking. Looking on the graph on screen, you can see how well I improved over the course of 2 weeks. In the beginning, I was awful. I could barely keep my aim on the pill. However, after only a couple of days of playing, I was starting to see improvement. Nowadays, I feel very confident in my ability to track people. The second aspect that I needed to improve was my ability to flick to targets. In competitive games like CSGO and Valorant, you'll often be watching your screen with your crosshair on common angle peaks. A lot of the time, however, people will appear from a completely different angle. The same scenario happens in all FPS games, but is generally more impactful in CSGO and Valorant because of the fast time to kill. So I thought that flicking was the next best thing to improve. Flicking is the ability to place your crosshair onto the target as fast as you can when it appears. To improve this ability, I thought that Tile Frenzy was the best choice and I would spend about 10 minutes a day on this course. Tile Frenzy was very easy to pick up right out of the gate. It's super simple. It just makes you shoot the 3 boxes that appear on the screen in quick succession as they reappear. But on the surface, while it seems easy, the issue comes from increasing your speed. You see, the way that I like to play Tile Frenzy is to take it slow at first and then gradually build up your speed. I think the challenge mode in this is good to test your abilities against other players, but for the sake of improvement, I think it's better to go into free play and do it at your own pace. In the beginning, I was relatively slow compared to most players, but after becoming more comfortable, I started to hit very consistent scores in the high 80s before averaging 90 to 100. I found this course to be fantastic for what I set out to do and has allowed me to improve my overall flicking ability in game. The last course I chose is the Valorant Aim Peeking course. I found this one quite interesting. It incorporated the idea of flicking with a common situation that you would find in CSGO or Valorant, where you would peek out of cover and have to quickly hit your shot. I would practice this one for about 10 minutes a day. This course is good because it reinforces the idea that when you peek out of cover, there could be an enemy, so that you should be prepared to shoot. When you're practicing this course, I think it's important that you keep your crosshair at head level to really get the muscle memory down for in-game. It also adds some verticality to your regime, requiring you to hit shots both above and below the standard head height. My scores in the beginning of this course were definitely a lot more inconsistent compared to the other 2. It requires very good reaction speed and pinpoint accuracy, and is a great test to your consistency. Truth be told, I still think my aim has yet to reach the height that I want it to be, and that's okay. The road to improvement is a long one and requires commitment. Training your muscle memory will take time, but if you're an avid FPS player, then it's completely worth it. Also, I should mention that there are many better aimers in the world than me, but I think a lot of people need to realize that aiming isn't the only thing that makes a player good. Game sense also plays a big part, and there isn't a game in the world that can train you on that. Overall, I think Kovaaks is an incredible game. It has everything you need to help improve your aim, and there are many guides on the internet to help you set up the program and get you started straight away. If you're on edge about buying it, then I really hope you do, because it will make you a better gamer.